And we are back again. It's your friendly neighborhood film watchers. It's Frankly Football in the building. I am your humble host, Brandon, and I got my man, 100 Grand, set it off, Chris, with me. How you feeling tonight, Chris?
Yeah, man, I'm rocking with the GOAT since you got the Jordan jersey on, you know what I'm saying? So I'm excited to be in the building with you, man. Excited to get on with you tonight, man. Training camp is in full effect. Got a couple of days. Cats with helmets, cats putting on pads, and got some highs, some lows, and in between. But I think the one thing we really want to talk about is who's going to catch the ball on the outside.
Yeah, man. Because every team has to face the injury bug in camp. Some sooner than others. But James Washington, due to coming down a little funny when he was guarded by Trevon Diggs, suffered a broken foot. So he's gonna be out anywhere from 8 to 10 weeks. 2 months, give or take. Okay. So he's gonna miss probably the first month of the season. Since we're a month out from the season right now.
Okay.
So a guy who was looking to be the bridge to Michael Gallup returning, we now have to look for another bridge. We got to look for a detour.
You got to look for a detour.
Yeah.
You got to find a detour. You got to find a detour along the way.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So I now, granted, I didn't look at James Washington as being a world beater while he was here. I was saying maybe he would be like a 500 or 600 yard guy on the season. But he was probably going to see the most use during that first month or so that Gallup will be out. We disagree on the amount of time that Gallup may miss. I think that he would come back in around week 5 or 6. You think it may be a little longer than that. That's okay. That's cool. That's a topic for another time. Right. But who do you think could possibly fill this void since the team is looking for a second or possibly third guy to step out on the field day one?
Well, going back to what you said about the room was always in flux because of the decisions of the Joneses and sitting away Amari Cooper for a warm glass of Gatorade. Not a whole Gatorade, a warm, open Gatorade with half of it poured out. So you turned around and was hoping that James Washington would come in and we would get the best version of James Washington. We would get Oklahoma State James Washington coming out of the draft because he hadn't played with adequate quarterback play with Dak Prescott. But he came out through some of the routes that we saw via Twitter, via what we were getting from all Cowboy creators and from DallasCowboy.com. We saw he looked a little clunky. Even in OTAs, he wasn't practicing because he was always
in a boot.
In a boot. So this was something that they knew about, and this was something that they should have addressed way before now. If they knew he was walking around in a boot in OTAs, they should have got on the phone and got a guy in. But due to their, as we always say, their arrogance about thinking they know best, they went ahead and drugged us along. And by dragging their feet, they are now a room that was kept together by paper clips, gum, and aluminum foil has now sprung wide open to the point where you're going to not just only miss him for dang near half the season. Going back to what we talked about before, we won't expect Gallup until week 6, maybe get the best version of Gallup by week 8. And that's going to make it to the point we're going to kind of be playing in we're going to not just bring another guy in, because who could you bring in right now that you feel is okay? Either you're going to get a malcontent from somebody else's team who's not happy there, one of their cast-offs who they don't want anymore, who's either going to want money or not be at the level you want him to be, because he's going to be learning somebody else's system for the next 4 or 5 weeks. Yeah. Then they're going to cut him in a couple of weeks, and now you're going to have to get him up to speed to learn your system in a hurry, which is going to shift your whole system to the point you're going to have to worry about playing different formations, not so much about guys being able to play. Here's going to be when the whole world's going to erupt. When you roll out against Tampa Bay, CeeDee Lamb is wide receiver 1, Noah Brown wide receiver 2, and look at your face. Look at your face. It's on tape. And then have Jalen Tolbert as wide receiver 3. you're gonna that's what you're about to deal with.
So it don't make me feel good. Make me itch a little bit when I think about that. When Noah Brown is really the only other guy.
Your stomach hurt. That's why your stomach about to start hurting.
When Noah Brown is the only other receiver on your roster that has an NFL game catch, not a good place to be in. But you have to ask yourself, how deep are you willing to go in order to work for a month? You know, are you willing to, like you said, wait for a team to cut a veteran guy, a guy who maybe they just felt better about their guys, and scoop him up, a guy who has some time in and just knows his job? Or are you looking to ride with your guys? Or the worst option, in my opinion, are you looking to trade for a guy?
Why is trading for a guy the worst option? Just tell me why.
I like my picks. Opinion. I like my picks, Chris.
Hey, Steven, cut the crap. We ain't nobody falling in love with these picks, man. Damn them picks. Because to get to the next level that you need to go, you're going to have to sometimes give up a pick. The problem is, the last time you traded for a wide receiver mid-season, he turned around and saved your season and got you to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Okay. But as per usual with the Cowboys, you give up more than you have to go get that guy. So it's going to take a team that's going to have a malcontent wide receiver who you believe is a bona fide one. And that's going to be time and research we're going to have to put in to find that guy.
We don't need a bona fide one, though. We don't need a bona fide one. We need a third guy. We need a third guy.
You need a bona fide two until Gallup gets up to speed to be the bona fide two. And he'll be on the field. I still don't think he'll be the same until like week 8, maybe week 10. But Britt Brown is a miracle worker, because if you look at Jabril Cox, he looked like he ain't missed a step and he got bigger and stronger. So
I be knowing.
Yeah. I mean, you got more faith in the training staff than most. But my thing about Gallup is, I know Gallup is going to be injury prone as well. So even if he comes back by week 8 and by week 10, who says Gallup ain't hurt again by week 15? So that's where you're looking like, hey, do I go get a guy that can help this team from the wide receiver position, or do I switch formations more? Let's say I go more 21 personnel, because in 21 personnel, we get the guy on the field we all want to see on the field.
Everybody been hoping for more Tony Pollard. Tony Pollard can catch the ball, Chris. Zeke Elliott can catch the ball, Chris. So you actually have guys who can.
Hold on, man. Dalton Schultz can catch the ball. Okay.
So not just 21, you can go 12,
Go 12. Right. You can go 12 personnel. You can get your favorite tight end. What's your other guy's name? Not Jake Ferguson.
Not Sprinkle.
Man, anybody care about no dang
McEwen? Man. McEwen?
Sean McEwen.
There we go.
Sean McEwen on the field. So now you get to find out if all the magical peanut butter only helped on the defensive side of the ball. Did the magical peanut butter kind of sprinkle over to the offensive side of the football?
Maybe.
So yeah, I think they're going to ride this. We're not gonna like it, but I don't think they're gonna go out and go get a guy.
There's no reason. There's no reason.
No. There's a reason too. I just don't think they will. I think you should go get a veteran guy, that guy who's had catches in this league outside of Noah Brown. Even if you go get a TY, go get another proven guy, because you're one ankle sprain away from not having any wide receivers. You see what I'm saying?
Well, that kind of comes with the territory. If you go out and get T.Y. Hilton, if you go out and get Will Fuller, you're risking that. Emmanuel Sanders isn't as injury prone as those two, but he's up there in age, same age as Des Bryant. So you're risking that when you go out and get those bigger name guys who are sitting out there. I did not mention Cole Beasley because I think that he burnt the bridge, but
I don't need Cole. but everybody you have right now is the same identical guy.
Yeah.
You do not have. CD is fast. He ain't Will Fuller fast. CD is Jalen Tolbert. He's a rookie, but he doesn't have catches. You need a guy who can take the top off the defense, and you don't have a guy who can take the top off the defense. The only guy that you have that can do that right now is Tony Pollard.
Yeah, I agree.
So going, you need to go get Fuller. So it's a need. I think it's a bona fide need. You got to go get somebody.
So let's kind of focus in on this, Chris.
Okay.
I think that Tony Pollard may be the main reason why the Cowboys should not be worried. He's a Swiss Army knife of an offensive piece. He was a receiver in Memphis. He had 2 years of experience in that. He's an excellent running back. Not as good of a blocker as Zeke Elliott, but offensively, I think that he's very well rounded. If you choose to put him out wide, put him in the slot, have them in a dual backfield between Tony and Zeke, they can both be used in a plethora of ways. So this could be the way that the offense chooses to use Tony Pollard more, especially in the beginning of the season.
So what you're basically believing is that Kellen Moore is going to pull out the magical playbook from Waterboy and draw up all kinds of formations to get Tony the ball in space, Zeke the more ball in space, and bring this thing along until you have Gallup. That's what you're trusting in.
If they are saying that they are okay with their guys, they're the proven guys. None of those other receivers are proven, except for Noah Brown. And Noah Brown isn't really even that proven. 2021 was his best year, and he only had what? Noah Brown has 39 catches for his career.
No touchdown.
None.
Not Nan.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
okay.
Putting more weight on Tony and Zeke on your running backs, because they also mentioned, and by they I mean the front office, the Joneses, they also mentioned they wanted to lead by the run more. So you give your running backs more options to get the ball in their hands. This is the way to do it.
Okay, so it all reverts back to one guy who got hurt, who we didn't expect much from. It goes back to the O-line being the catalyst for this football team again.
So I mean, doesn't it every year?
I mean, yeah. I mean, you want the O-line. You needed the O-line to improve. Yeah. And so, yes, the O-line needing to improve was paramount. So you want to see that happen. O-line's better. You can run the ball more. You're more balanced. Rain and company is a more dangerous football team when they're balanced. And hey man, I like shooting dice in the bathroom. Evidently the Joneses do too. So James Washington going down doesn't change anything outside of when you look in that room, you don't look at the names and look at those guys and say, hey, those guys can get it done. That's what you're looking at right now.
Possibly. But I mean, day one, you know that you're running out Gallup and Tolbert. You just have a few weeks to figure out.
No. Week one.
Well, I apologize. You're running out Lamb and Tolbert. I apologize. I said Gallup. You know that you're running out Lamb and Tolbert. You just have to figure out in 11 personnel who's going to be that third guy. That would be their main directive offensively right now.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to have to be efficient. I think the defense. I think with him going down, it's going to put more onus on that offensive line. It's going to put more onus on the running game. It's going to be the CeeDee Lamb show or bust. I don't think you have to worry about having 8, 9, 10 targets to one wide receiver the first 4, 5, 6 games, because that's what you definitely going to end up having.
Yeah, possibly. But the way that they were looking, they've been kind of focusing on that Dak to CD connection in camp. You've been seeing Lamb get a lot of targets. So that's something that I think that they want to happen anyway.
Yeah, I think that has always been the case, and I think that's that's what Amari was saying on his way out the door. Hey, we draw it up, we just don't use it. I think this year's gonna be, hey, we're gonna draw it up and we're gonna use it and we're gonna use it, and guess what? We're gonna use it again. So everything we have been clamoring for as a fan base, as content creators, and as Cowboy, as just Cowboys wondering what you're gonna use your pieces. I think James Washington going down. Having James Washington available gives you the element of surprise. Yeah. Now there ain't no surprise in the room. It's gonna be the introduction to Tony Pollard. And if Tony Pollard turns around and does what we expect him to do with the resurgence of Zeke with a better offensive line, then we really throw a whole bunch of stuff up in the air about what's gonna happen next year. But we can't worry about next year.
Yeah.
We just gotta worry about right now.
Right here.
I think that's what's going to happen. That's what we're going to end up happening. I think absolutely. They kind of hinted it to us of the OTAs, and I guess it's what we're going to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Any other camp bits that you wanted to talk about?
Outside of the pleasant surprise of what we kind of got the Kool-Aid on Tyler Smith. Tyler Smith is proving that he is he's playing well. My dude Tyler Biadasz is handling his business. He's doing some things. So with the interior of the offensive line being better, that helps out. Rain is looking
sharp. Looking sharp.
Mm-hmm. The defense trying to come along.
Yeah,
defense is coming along. I haven't heard a lot about Osa. I haven't heard a lot about Neville, which you want to hear it, but then you don't. You see how bad it is? You want to hear about it, but you don't hear about it.
It's hard to hear a lot about defensive interior guys because at the end of the day, they aren't slamming into each other with full intensity, even with the pads.
Okay.
They're always going to pull up a little bit after that light contact. So it's kind of hard to hear about defensive interior guys.
Okay.
So I'm okay with it. As long as they come out healthy, fine. One guy that we have heard about and not necessarily in the best of ways is Terrence Steele. He has.
Hey man. Listen, I'm gonna let you get this off. Because I felt the shot across the bow. I'm gonna let you get this off, and then I'm gonna go in. Okay. What? Go ahead. Get your slander off. Since that ain't your dude.
I told you it was his job to lose. He might be doing his best to lose it. I'm not gonna root for anybody's downfall, but Josh Ball and Matt Waletzko are definitely watching.
First off, Matt Waletzko can't stay healthy. Matt Waletzko got an ice bag on his shoulder with no pads on, and his knee hurt. Yeah. So you better help. You better help Josh Ball's doing this thing. But let's understand who he's losing reps to. He's losing reps to a dude who out there using the teleport machine, and he's so freaking fast. Come on, man.
Sam Williams put some hands on him on day one. Sam Williams put hands on him on day one. Now here's the thing: whenever a guy on either end, whether it's Tyron or Terrence or anyone, whenever anyone is lined up and Micah Parsons is on the opposite side of them, I just throw my hands up because, like you said, the guy teleports. He moves instantaneously. So I give the grain of salt there. That's fine.
Right.
But it doesn't look good. The coaches don't care about that.
Listen,
the coaches may not give the same amount of grace.
It don't look good to you because you don't like Terrence. Terrence is doing from the time, if we saw the number of times where Terrence, we see all the times he loses. We never see the times he wins. I think Terrence is going to be absolutely fine because if we remember correctly, he was getting his ass whooped last year in camp and came out and started playing against these other mere mortals and started looking like that guy. So I think Terrence will be fine. He will go against guys who are not on Micah's level. He will get better at what he's doing. And so I think he's going to be serviceable. The crazy part about it, I liken Terrence Steele to the way we used to look at Doug Free. We hated when Doug Free was out there, but Doug Free was solid, played the right tackle position, and the moment Doug Free got gone, we're like, oh my God, why can't we get Doug Free back? I think Terrence is going to be fine. I think Terrence is going to be absolutely fine. Because everybody can't be an all-pro. You got the potential. You already got two. You got two guys who are all-pro. You got a cat at that left guard position to be all rookie first team, and I think he's going to help out by leaps and bounds. Like I said on Twitter, to add time to Tyron's career and to help aid Tyler Biadasz in the middle as he continues to progress and become that guy. So if we're going to have somebody to pick on, we're going to let your whipping boy be over the right tackle. But I still got faith in young Terrence. Pay that man his money.
Well, if we have somebody else to whip on, be a whipping boy, it's gonna be another one of your guys, man. Tristan Hill has been the victim of Tyler Smith's violent acts the first few days of camp.
Listen, man, that's what Tyler does. And before that one play, Trigger Trey was doing some work. But, you know, man, Micah told you a while back, when Tyler gets his hands on you, you ain't going nowhere. And if you've seen some of the training camp footage, people have been getting caught by Tyler and they've been stopping. There is no getting pushed back into his lap. Those days of Rain having to worry about somebody giving him a lap dance are about to be over. Because, I think that left side is starting to solidify. I think he is going to be that anchor that we've been looking to give Rain that clean pocket and opening up some running lanes. And dude, I know a lot of people are just on this wait and see with him, but I think Tyler's going to be the best addition to this offensive line by leaps and bounds for this football team.
Absolutely. As he should be. Let me think. I can't really think of anything else. It's great to see Jabril Cox moving around. The guy looks speedy. He looks like he's coming back like he never left. So I'm glad to see it.
Salute the Rome, man. Salute the Rome on that.
Hey, man.
Salute the Rome, yeah.
Hey, man.
He looks like the guy where that off season Peanut Butter worked with him, but also the adversity for him to get back the way he was supposed to be.
Yes.
And that's all you can ask for. You want him to be able to step up. You're looking for somebody else in the linebacker room to step up because you want to keep Micah as that versatile piece to move him all around the field. So I'm still holding out hope, even with the injury to Washington, that somebody or one of these linebackers step up out of nowhere to be able to make a play. And if they're not, let's use a little bit of this money we got tucked in the boot to go get another piece. For them to go look at Tack McKinley this week was a head scratcher. I would have been more viable to go look at Deion Jones or go look at another linebacker so that I can keep Micah to be able to move him all around. I love having that ability to do that with him.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely agree. But they obviously not trying to spend no more money.
Man, first off, spend more money. How about spend some money?
There we go.
Spend some money, man. Spend some money, man.
I think that they are looking to save money for the future to pay both Diggs and Lamb, but we'll see how that goes as things step into the future. We don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves.
No, let's not get too. Let's stay in the present. Let's stay in the present, because then we're gonna be sitting up here fussing about what they should do. But that's how we get down, man. Yo, man, almost got a couple more days left in this week. Now football's right around the corner, man. Hall of Fame is right around at the end of this week, man. Super excited about Thursday. We won't be together, but I'll be celebrating my birthday this year again, and excited, man. So as this year comes around, I celebrate another year of life. We celebrate another year of football with the Dallas Cowboys. So as you see, man, we've been putting out the content dang every day, man. Continue to like, man. Continue to subscribe, man. Continue to put comments out, man, so that we can get some feedback. And please put down what you think what we're missing, because we ain't got all the answers. We as a community, we grow together. We get more knowledgeable and we get more versatile in what we do. But we enjoy bringing this kind of content to you, man. And as always, man, I am the Robin to his Batman, man. I am the sidekick. I'm the guy that just helps him along the way, man. I'm your man, Set It Off Chris, and I'm with my main man, BH, and we together make up Franklin football. And as always,
peace.
Peace.